I want to welcome you to Through the Crate, where we dig through all things hip-hop. Let's get it.
Whatever happened to mobbing? Instead of fist fighting, niggas is busy blogging. This shit is a problem.
So, Through the Crate, first episode.
Well, we did something about a year ago.
Yeah,
Is
true.
that an episode, or was that just...
Nah, that was us like trying to figure out what we wanted to do,
It's
and
a
your
pilot.
cats are fucking being weird. Yeah, I guess you could say that was
a
a
pilot
pilot
episode?
Yeah, pilot episode,
But not an official episode.
Nah, you're right, correct. Okay. But I guess we can try and say that this might be our official like first episode, so like maybe our viewers can grow with the growing pains that we got to go through. And
okay,
things
so
like that.
this is official. This is officially the official pilot?
Maybe. I think so. I mean,
Okay.
we're already one. First of all, we got some drink in our system.
I mean, I've got a little catching up to do.
Yeah.
This beer was poured when I first got home, and that's all
He's
I
got a
drank
goblet
from
of
it.
beer
It's
right
a
now.
goblet.
It's a goblet.
And we're
Of
saying
beer.
goblet because the whole pimp cup thing is
Yeah, it's gone.
It's so old.
We don't need
Does
that.
anybody even remember where that came from?
No one. Why? Why would you want to know where that came from?
Yeah!
I knew you were going for that one, dude.
Okay.
All right, well, Through the Crate, we officially are starting right now. Now.
Yes.
This
So,
is it. We're going to talk about almost everything. It's literally going to be what me and my cousin Cedric. My name is Tressie. If you guys don't know, this is the voice that you'll be hearing from this tone and this whatever the fuck. I don't even know what I'm talking
it's a very
about right
mellow
now.
voice.
Oh, is it?
Soothing.
Oh. You're a great cousin.
You know.
And
I've heard
then
that before.
oh, you know. And then this is Cedric, right?
Yeah, Cedric, you know. We're just going to be using governments, apparently.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want me to be Donna Kelly from when we were 16 years old?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I mean, I choose to be real.
I mean, I've totally grown up to the point now where this whole pseudonym thing, it's like, you know what? Well, I am who I am now.
Exactly.
If I haven't figured it out by now.
I mean, what do you? I mean. Exactly. I mean, if you don't know who you're gonna be, then you don't know who you're gonna be. But that's what I'm saying. No, that's why I said I'm gonna be Tressie, because I'm trying to be real. Because a lot of people are like all these hip hop podcasts or interviews and stuff that I listen to. A lot of rappers are like, I just got to use my real name because this is who I am, which I respect too. But I mean, you got to poke fun at something.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I poke a lot of fun at a lot of things.
Yeah.
But I've never poked a dead body. I think that might be fun.
Stupid fucking dork. I love you. I fucking love you.
But there's a lot to talk about. Hip hop.
Yeah.
You know, we can poke fun at this whole politics thing that's going on
sure.
recently.
Yeah.
We can poke fun at stupid celebrities.
We can actually have a lot of good, serious talk with you. I'd love to get a lot of your perspective on the politics of this nation right now.
Oh man.
But like just because like I'm not sure if a lot of you guys out here know, like my cousin, he keeps up to date like with things. Like he's in the know. And he knows things. Like me.
He reads articles.
Yeah, he reads
articles.
He actually knows. I still know, but I can't read.
Yeah.
But you know, your perspective on stuff like that sometimes really gets like I like to know your insight sometimes, because I know that you might read a little further than the average person.
Yeah, I tend to look beyond the Instagram caption.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll actually
Right.
click the link and then read the article that was being referenced.
Right.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. I mean, every now and then you gotta get a little ignorant. You know what I'm saying? You know?
I mean, sometimes I'll just watch the YouTube
Hey,
video.
you need help with that goblet? What kind of beer is that?
I mean, I got more in the fridge.
I'm just saying, this
Oh
little
my God.
whiskey.
So, my cousin's an alcoholic.
Oh!
She's been here for about maybe 15 minutes, and she's already drank all of her drink.
This tiny teacup of a serving of whiskey.
It's a candle holder.
Teacup. Candle holder, motherfucking thing of whiskey.
Teacup.
Nigga, I'm thirsty. Give me a goddamn drink.
Oh my god.
Anyway, all right.
So
pick out what we're gonna talk about first. I'm gonna go refill.
I was gonna actually ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to actually Siegel about this.
Oh, Siegel.
He was over here yesterday, and we were talking about music, obviously, and listening to music.
Yeah.
What percentage of your day would you say you spend listening to music? Ooh. Like, how many hours out of a 24-hour day do you think you're listening to music? And when I'm talking about listening, we're speaking about active listening.
Active.
I'm not talking about the passive listening. All right? And so me and him concluded that, Potbelly doesn't count. When we're at work, it doesn't count because we're not active. And I said, well, I spend 10 to 12 hours a day there. So I give myself half an hour of that.
A day?
Of actually active listening. Because there's at least a handful of songs that I am like, oh, yeah, this is my jam, and I listen to them. And that's a handful. You figure about 4 to 5 minutes a song. I give myself a half hour.
I think that's...
at work.
You know what? I think that is very generous. Not generous. Very accurate, actually. Because I would say, because if you're giving yourself a half hour, I meet up with Christy every day after work, and my time of music that I listened to music used to be at work, because I would have a job that was kind of bullshit. I'd do 4 hours of work, and the other 4 hours would be of me searching music all day, every day.
And
but
you don't
now,
do that work
no,
anymore?
I don't. No, because now I actually have a legitimate job that demands my attention 8 hours a day, right? Exactly.
Responsibility,
right? So now that I have that, the only time that I get my my music time is if I listen in the morning on my walk to work when I'm not talking to Christy, because we talk every morning, or and for the listeners out there, if you don't know, we got listeners already. Nah, but I feel like I need to explain. No,
you ain't gotta explain shit, nigga.
Christy's my girlfriend, and we actually take the bus to work every day. So anyway, the time that I'm not with Christy, that's when I'm actively listening to something. Okay. And then also, it's the time when I'm meeting up with her after. So the time between me walking in between, so that's probably a 15 minutes for me. So I'm half of the time that you are.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? But then to me, I'm saying I think that is just a really, really rough estimate. So I would say a 30 minutes a day type of thing is probably somebody for us.
Okay, so
a good estimate.
So when I was saying 30 minutes, I was saying 30 minutes is just my work music listening out of the 10 hours I spend at work.
Oh man. So
I get more because on my way to and from work, I take CTA.
Yeah.
And I've got my beats, and I'm just from the second my eyes take a foot out of that door.
Yeah, because you got to walk to the train. You got the train ride, and then walk from the train to the. Yeah, I got you.
So if you put that and add that number in, then that increases it by about another hour. Mm-hmm. It's about a half hour to it, and then a half.
So
hour
I would say, if we were to try and quantify this a little bit more, or a little more accurately, you get an hour, I get a half hour. I think to be honest, I think I get half of the amount of time that you get, just because,
Gotcha.
So.
All right. Well.
So with that hour or half hour that we get, do you have anything else to drill down on to
Of course.
Yeah.
And so I think when I'm looking at what I'm going to be listening to in this short amount of time, it's an investment.
Yes, definitely.
Okay? If I only have 24 hours in a day.
I like where this is going.
If I only have 24 hours in a day, and I'm only allotted an hour to an hour and a half to listen to music, am I going to spend my time listening to bullshit? Am I going to spend my time listening to a bunch of collection of random radio songs off of a randomly generated playlist of someone who thinks that this is what I want to listen to? Right. You know what? I've gotten to the point where I enjoy listening to records from beginning to end. Mm-hmm. And so if I don't have the ability,
you want to listen to a record from beginning to end. And if your record doesn't provide you that, then I'm not listening to your fucking record.
Probably. It doesn't mean I don't like the tracks. It doesn't mean that the songs I don't like. But
right.
I definitely, enjoy a piece of work that I can just listen to straight through. And so something that I've actually been really excited about is recently several artists releasing shorter projects, which actually accommodate my ride to work almost perfectly. Two projects that actually come to mind that I can usually listen to in full in my commute are Pusha T's last record.
Ooh, yeah.
And
Darkest Before Dawn, right?
Darkest Before Dawn. And then Kendrick's Untitled Remastered. Both of those are two that I can start as I'm, kind of getting my coat and getting my shoes on.
Yeah.
And then by the time I walk in the door of my job, I take my coat off. They're usually just wrapping up.
Right.
And that to me is perfection. It gets me in the zone. It gets me where I need to be. So I don't know. I kind of like the idea of a shorter project. If it's short and I can listen to it from beginning to end, I'm all about it.
Because it fits into your active listening, allotted time frame. I get you. I understand that. One thing I have to admit when you say that is that I'm a big Pusha T fan, and I have not listened to that.
What?
I have not.
I
know. See, I had to admit it. I've been slacking on my pimping, bro.
Oh, my God.
I know. I'm a fucking loser right now, bro.
I mean, I wouldn't call you a loser.
I would.
But you're definitely not winning.
Yeah, exactly. I'm in
winning.
some fucking gray area where this is not cool,
Well, look, okay, I've got some homework for you.
Homework.
And I've got some homework for our 10 million listeners.
For sure.
Listen to that Pusha T record.
Nah, dude, I understand.
It's like 10 songs, and
I know
every single track is
fire,
amazing.
But I'm a Kendrick stan, so I already have listened to the Untitled Unmastered.
How many times?
I already told you. You remember? I listened to that shit. I was working on a Saturday, and I listened to that shit like for a good half hour, like over and over.
Well, you can only get through it once in half an hour, so.
Not half an hour.
Okay, this is what she's trying to do math, guys. Give me a second.
Not math. So this is what. Okay, I guess that is math. But this is what...
Counting.
Nah, this is when you understand that Tressie has no perception of time.
Yeah, I listened to it like 3 times. How long did it take you? About half an hour.
What?
About that though?
Yeah. So when it comes to that, no, like I will say, like I start a Saturday morning on work and working from home, and I've worked it until like 11 o'clock, so 2 hours maybe. Sorry.
Okay.
So that would allow it at least 3 times to listen over.
Yeah, because it's about half an hour long.
Yeah.
It's about half an hour. Yeah.
So yeah. So again, I apologize for being inconsiderate with my time perception here, but yeah, like I'm not that good at my depth.
Depth of time.
Yeah, is not.
See, now I feel like with you talking about depth of time, for some reason I thought of gravitational waves.
Yeah.
And like Einstein's theory of.
Give it to me, nerd. Give it to me.
I got the idea of like the Earth sinking into the hole of like space time. Anyway, guys.
Oh no! You know what? I was kind of interested, but I had no clue what you're talking about.
It's all right.
All right.
Giggity goo. Let's go from gravitational waves to Family Guy. Yeah.
I know, right?
So yeah, I'm totally digging this idea of shorter albums. Especially since, the whole idea of an EP, an extended play, or an LP, or a long play is based on the older format that music was distributed in, which was a record.
Right.
So now that we have CDs, or wait, what is that? Now that we CD, wait, what? I don't even have a CD player. There's no CD player in this house.
No one has a CD player.
I lied. I have a PlayStation. That counts as a CD player.
You're right. I have an Xbox One. Counts as a player.
If there's anybody out there who's ever put a CD in a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox One, please just
let me know.
Take a picture. Let me know.
Let me know. You know what?
Shoot me an email or something. Yeah. Skype me. I don't know. I want to know that you're actually doing this.
Exactly. You know, that would be hilarious because you said a PS. Did you say PS1? No, you said PS4. Yeah. PS4 or Xbox One.
Yes.
So only those two devices have you put a CD into those two.
Right.
Because if you put a CD into a PS3 and below or an Xbox 360 and below, nigga, you playing yourself.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro. Like, nah. Because I had a whole, like, playlist of songs. I still have it on my Xbox 360 that I'm planning on giving to my nephew. And he's not going to listen to this. I was going to say, I hope he doesn't listen to this. Yeah,
so
like really? I'm already acting
it?
like we're fucking famous on this fucking podcast shit and anything. But, I mean,
how you think Kanye made it?
Exactly.
He was
Speak
an
that
asshole
shit into existence, right?
Since the beginning.
Speak that shit into existence, though, man. Oh my God.
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
Hello. Anyway, no, but like I used to have shit like, I don't know. Do you know that song? I'm a drifter, just drifting away. I think it was. I can't fucking remember who it was. I also used to have Rick Ross's Chevy Riding High. Boy, Chevy Riding High. Do you know that shit?
Man.
That was when Rick Ross wasn't really Rick Ross that he is today. Like, Rick Ross was a different Rick Ross back then.
Really?
So I had Chevy Riding High on there. I had Lupe's Switch.
Oh,
you remember that shit on there? I had Lupe. I had like, this is when I was in my big Lupe phase. I had a whole bunch of Lupe on my Xbox 360. I used to play that shit all the time when I was playing Geometry Wars, my nigga. Like, ooh.
So Lupe segue here.
Yeah, let's go.
I just want to say that I was thinking about this the other day. Actually, I think it's interesting you brought up Lupe.
Yeah.
Clearly, the album that came out last year was fantastic.
Tesla and Youth.
Tetsuo and Youth was fantastic. I had the opportunity to see him perform that at the House of Blues in Chicago. He went through the entire album from beginning to end.
For sure.
This man spit mural.
Oh man. Merle. Merle, where you from? No, Mural.
Yes.
Sorry.
He came out spitting. And Lupe's a spitter. I mean, you can say what you want about Lupe.
One of the best to ever do it.
Man can spit.
One of the best to ever do it. And it's not because I live in Chicago now. One of the best to ever do it. One of the best to ever challenge whoever's done it.
First Kendrick show I went to.
Whew.
Lupe came out.
Yeah, I saw that shit on YouTube, nigga.
This was at the Congress Theater that is now closed down because it's a piece of fucking trash. Anybody in Chicago knows Congress fucking sucks.
Right.
They need to burn it down and rebuild and start over. Anyway, he was at Congress.
Yeah.
And Lupe came out during the Kendrick show and was like, I want y'all to know this kid right here is the next big thing. I co-sign. Next big thing.
Yeah.
You know, a year later, Kendrick was 10 years ahead of Lupe. However, a very slept-on Lupe project that fits into my kind of half-hour listen.
Yeah, active listening time.
Mm-hmm. Not Tetsuo and Youth. That one actually, I have to take time and listen to that.
Yeah.
Enemy of the State. Are you familiar with this mixtape?
I think so. That's an old one though?
It's an old one.
That's
an oldie but goodie. It came out after. I remember MTV.
Because I know there was the first and 15th one that he did.
I think this one came out like 2008.
I
want to say
we've already established that Tressie has horrible time perception or depth or whatever that is.
Wait, yeah. Depth. You're talking about gravitational waves again.
Depth.
Relativity.
So let's throw depth out there and say time perception.
Perception. There we go.
My perception of time is inaccurate. It sucks. To say the most.
I mean, I'm sure you could say a lot more. We were kind of talking about having a limited amount of time, and these shorter album EPs. We were referring to Lupe Fiasco, one that people might not actually know about, Enemy of the State. This was actually a really one of my favorite projects from
Enemy of the State.
Enemy of the State, a love story. It came out in 2009.
Oh, that's right. When I came out here to first lived you then.
Yes, it came out in 2009, and one of the songs that stuck out to me because of what it was referencing at the time was MTV had just put out the hottest 10 MCs in the game, and Lupe was not on that list.
Ooh, yeah.
And this is in 2009, so this is not like when now when maybe people are like, wait, Lupe who? This is in 2009. So if you don't know, in 2007, that's when Lupe released The Cool.
Oh.
Okay? So The Cool came out in 07.
Yeah.
MTV's Hottest MCs list came out about a year and a half later, and he was not in the top 10. He was pretty pissed. So then he puts out Enemy of the State, a Love Story in 2009. And he has a song on there titled Yoda Flame that actually samples
Yoga Flame.
Right.
Street Fighter.
And in there, he uses the beat from Lil Wayne's Fireman.
Ah.
And what he does is he pretty much lists out the top 10 and then pretty much says, oh, but I'm not going to speak my name. But then he spits some of the hardest bars. I mean, at one point in that song, he's referencing moving the minds of those people in hip-hop with chain. He said, I couldn't do it with brains, so I guess I had to use some chain. Change.
Yeah, there you go.
And just the way he just, the whole thing was put up, we connect that to a crane, it was just like, it was Lupe at his finest. It was Lupe at his in
his finest,
in top form. And again, the album's only like 30 minutes, so I gave it many listens because I was, again, my commute to work has been 30 minutes for the longest time.
A long time,
so,
yeah.
So I was been able to listen to shorter projects like that more regularly on my commute to work. So, shout out to any artist that's listening to these two people that no one's ever heard of before. If you want me to listen to it, make it about 30 minutes long, and I'll listen to it every day.
Right.
It's the secret. It's the key.
Right.
So I feel like it's even better. Like I would much rather an artist to be like, you know what? Here are my best 8 songs. Here are my best 10 songs. I'm gonna put these out. Give you guys 30, 35 minutes. And that's it. I don't need to be listening to you for 45.
I feel you.
50 minutes and it's
right.
all a bunch of bullshit.
Right. Like, why would I want 35 minutes, 45 minutes of bullshit versus 20 minutes of quality?
For sure.
Like, why would I want that? Why? And the thing is, never mind. I'm not going to get on my high horse.
Get on your high horse.
Nah.
This is what this is for. You got a mic in your
I know, right?
You got a mic in your face.
I got something to use as my motherfucking platform, my soapbox.
Yeah, do it.
So I'll stand up on my soapbox and I'll say, hey, fuck you, everybody. No, just kidding. No, the reason why I say that, like, I'd rather listen to 20 minutes of substance than to 45 minutes of something I can turn up to in the club. Whereas that's not substance. That's just something that's fun. Like, give me all day, but never mind.
No, say it. It's okay. So if I'll say it for you. You want me to say it for you? Okay, Future.
I almost put A$AP Ferg's New Level in there, but New Level is talking about some shit.
I love New Level.
I love New Level.
It's a great song.
I love that shit.
And it's one song.
It's
and you
just
know what?
one.
I love Future's part of that. You know what? I have no problem with Future.
Right.
I have a problem with Future's oversaturation.
Yes.
Now
there is a such thing out there as oversaturation of the market. Yes, it is true.
Now imagine if Future had taken...
Usher did it back in the fucking 2000s. And now it's happening.
He dropped a double album.
Confessions.
Was the double album.
I believe so. Correct me if I'm wrong, listeners, but yeah.
Yeah, so imagine if Future had taken the best 5 songs from Dirty Sprite 2, the best 5 songs from Evil, and put it out. Even the best 6 from me. Take the best 6 from both records. Mm-hmm. Put them on the same record. You've got a great album. Or just record 300 songs and put out, 30 projects in a year. That sounds great, too.
Seriously.
Wrong.
That's exactly what he did, though.
So I'm not, it's not a knock on Future, because I enjoy his music in certain times and in certain avenues. And you know what? When Dirty Sprite 2 came out, I was bumping it a lot.
This is a very big advocate of Future right here that's talking. I'm not sure if you guys understand this, but this mofo went from I am a Tribe Called Quest conscious brother to
Whoa. I was never big on a Tribe Called Quest.
Okay, you weren't.
Bigger.
Sorry. My bad.
I was
that
always
was me.
bigger. Yes, you were a Tribe Called Quest.
That was all me.
I was always more like Mos Def, Talib Kweli.
Yeah, Common.
Black Thought, Common. That was my lane, okay?
You weren't Tribe. I'm sorry. But you were a conscious motherfucker, and then you went so south.
Dirty.
In a directional turn.
South.
And maybe a hip-hop turn, too. You were kind of south.
So in high school, I got turned out to the Dirty, specifically with T.I.'s trap music.
Right.
T.I.'s trap music.
T.I. actually, no. But the thing is...
huge.
Yeah. We're probably, bouncing around a lot. T.I. actually did a lot for people that didn't like Southern music. But... didn't like the Southern lyrics, but liked the Southern feel. And T.I. came with the lyrics and gave us that Southern feel. So I think that's one thing. T.I. broke a lot of people to the South.
He did. He did. And I feel like T.I. was marketed very well when he first came out.
Oh, man.
I remember when I first heard of T.I., it was through Pharrell, and it was in some article or something that he had been quoted saying that T.I. is the Jay-Z of the South. Now, when you say that in 2006, I'm pretty sure it was before that. It was during high school. I graduated high school a long time ago, guys.
Long time ago.
So trap music, I'm guessing, came out 2002, 2003. I'm going to fact check it right now, but that's what my gut is telling me. And so if you think about what was coming out in 2002, 2003, Jay-Z was on top of the motherfucking rap world at that time. Tupac is dead. Yeah. Biggie's dead. Who the fuck else are the kids gonna listen to? There's Jay-Z. So about that time when trap music came out, and people were saying that T.I. was the Jay-Z of the South, it made people want to at least listen to him. It made me want to be like, well, who is this guy? Maybe I should actually listen to his lyrics and hear what he's actually saying. And so if I had never heard that he's the Jay-Z of the South, I probably wouldn't have given him that extra listen.
Right.
But because I heard that. And then I heard songs like Be Easy. I'm just like, oh my God, this dude T.I. is the truth. So, and you know what? Anybody listening right now, remember this. So, T.I.'s first album was called I'm Serious. Yeah. That no one heard of. His second album was called Trap Music. Mm-hmm. All you motherfuckers talking about trapping out the bando, trap this, trap that. You better wake up every morning, and kneel down on your knees, and thank the trap lord, T.I. for giving you life and breathing life into all of you little motherfucking kids. Mm-hmm. Because if it was not for T.I. making the trap cool, all you fucking trap queens would be fucking just queens. Okay? Just want to put that out there.
That's some real shit.
No dissing anybody, but just put respect where respect is due.
Let's be honest. When T.I. says, to our millennial generation, when T.I. says he's the king of the South, that motherfucker is the king of the South. Because Outkast was way before T.I.
Yes.
And who else was the king of the South before them?
So, I'm I'm gonna think about this. So there was Scarface. Yeah, Scarface.
Scarface was okay. So maybe I'm thinking Atlanta.
No, it's fine because this brings up a good point.
Yeah.
The South, just in general, hip hop took a turn to the South after the East Coast West Coast beefing. And it was just a lot. It was a lot of random artists, a lot that I'm not super excited about. Do you remember the Yin Yang Twins?
Yeah.
It was fun, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I wouldn't call them necessarily lyricists, but it was fun. You know, there's a lot of music.
Party starters.
There's a lot of music coming out of the South.
Right.
When I was in high school.
Right.
And what I remembered being in my mind when I'm listening to the Southern music, and I'm thinking of like, okay, what differentiates the South from the East Coast or the West Coast?
Right.
For me, it was always the cadence. It was always the flow. People in the South always could hop on a beat, and they would just have some crazy flow. Now, what differentiated them from the East and West Coast guys was that they would stick in that flow.
They found a pocket and they stuck to it.
They found that pocket and they stuck in it. And so I think it's interesting now seeing the evolution of it and seeing like your futures and seeing like your, Young Thugs, and I guess even backing up further than that, seeing your Lil Waynes evolving into what they're doing. You kind of see this thing that started as just finding a really just dope cadence and then building that into, okay, I've got this one cadence, cool. I've got this other cadence, I'm going to flip it on this part. And then, okay, I found this other dope part, I'm going to flip it on this.
Right.
But a lot of people I know, and myself included, have, one thing I could say about the South is that its focus is more on the actual flow than on what's underneath the flow, what's moving the flow, which are the lyrics. Not saying the lyrics are necessarily bad, they're just not as well thought out because you're trying to focus it into this specific dope ass cadence.
I feel you. Okay.
It's almost limiting. If you're only saying you can, I gotta find words that fit into da 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 da.
Da 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 da
Then you're
da
limited.
da 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 da. Yeah.
You're limited. You can't just say whatever you want.
Right. I know. Yeah. I feel you. I feel you on that. That's actually a really good point. One thing I was going to actually say is you were saying something about the flow and fit into the flow of it. Because once you say fit into the flow of it, and it goes deeper than that, and you said something about the lyrics. Sorry, I've been drinking tonight, guys. Give me a second. But like there was one thing.
I've been drinking. I've also been eating, and I apologize if you guys hear that. But no, like the fact that you said that, like with that whole flow thing, it's like there's a pocket that you can fall into, and that pocket is so known for being Southern. But then there's also something that you could do with it by taking the lyrics a little deeper. Is that what you were saying? Is that what you meant? Okay. So, that was one thing that I think
I just wanted to clarify.
Propelled T.I. above that was because he definitely had the flow on live. But then when people start saying he's the Jay-Z of the South, then people actually start listening to the lyrics and they start looking beyond the cadences of all these dope-ass Southern rappers that have these dope-ass cadences.
Right.
They're like, oh shit, they actually got something to say. And so then people start listening.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of that was because of the marketing. I feel like if no one had ever said, oh, T.I., you're the Jay-Z of the South, there might not be a T.I.
So what do you think about, when it comes to the South, like what do you think about these other rappers that are out there, like these Young Thugs and these Young Dolphs and these Rich Gang, or not Rich Gang, but Rich Homie Quans and these designers that are being signed by people like Kanye, who is supposed to be one of the most innovative, influential voices of our time, but you got a nigga like Designer singing a song called Panda. Don't get me wrong. Yes, I am slightly hating on the song, but that song will still get me up out of my fucking seat and I'll dance. Like I
got bras in it.
Yeah, like that song is dope. So like, and then how do you also? Sorry, it's a double part question, but go ahead and answer this part first. Like, how do you think about what I just said before that?
So
you know,
first of all, slight Designer's from New York.
Mm-hmm.
And people are hating on him because he's biting the southern
same way they used
style.
to do ASAP.
Yeah, but see the whole ASAP people, they see now you just brought a whole nother
sorry.
can of yams.
Go ahead and go back to your original flow.
Did you get that right there? You said ASAP.
Can of yams.
ASAP yams.
R.I.P. man.
R.I.P. Okay.
R.I.P.
Anyway. But no, so it now in the contemporary southern landscape of hip hop, it is very colorful. And what I mean by very colorful, I'm not referring to the Young Thug flexible variety. Okay, I'm just referring to there being many different artists coming out with many different styles. So it's one of those times where you can pretty much find a style that you like and then find about 5 or 6 other artists that fit into that style. So it's just, it's important, I guess, to just know what you like, and if what you like is 808s, if what you like is hard-hitting beats, if what you like is that Migos flow, if what you like is the kick drum being on the one, then you know what? Roll with
kick
it.
Drum. Yeah.
Roll with it. It's all good. Like, I'm not hating on it. There's a time and a place for everything.
Yeah.
But am I necessarily gonna be listening to Future every single day? No. Mm-mm. But you know what? There's that mood when I need to get into a certain zone, I need to get into a certain mode, then yeah, I'm going to put on some Future. Young Thug, he oversaturates. We can talk about, we can spend a whole episode on Young Thug.
True.
Because that's a very complicated case of not just, it's marketing. I feel like Young Thug is all marketing.
Right.
And we can talk about that at a later date.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you know what? Let's actually like end it right here. Let's put this out and see if we get any responses and see if anybody likes the conversation, and like let's go from there. Because to be honest, I think we had a really good conversation tonight.
I thought it was all right.
All right. Well, fuck you then.
I feel like you could have eaten a little less.
I could have eaten a little less, nigga.
Yeah.
I was drunk. And
you were drunk?
Am.
So what? Okay, there we go.
There you go.
Where are you now, nigga?
I needed something to get me through the rest of this thing. But anyway, like, I really appreciate you doing this. I think we got something good going right now.
It's all right.
I think so. I think we're good in the aspect that we have some conflicting not actually no, we actually kind of agree on a lot of things.
Everything.
Almost everything. Because you were a dirty Sprite nigga, and I was not a dirty Sprite nigga. Like,
who you calling a nigga?
Nigga, you, nigga. Anyway, y'all, this was Through the Crate, and let's dig through it again next time.
Let's dig through it again. What?
Dig through the crate, nigga.
You like dicking through crates?
Not dicking. I said dig through. I mean, if you got a problem with the way my mouth and air,
you be digging through crates with your mouth.
All right, nigga, like on some real shit though, bruh. You need to calm down, bro.
Get off your Young Thug.
Let me live my lifestyle. I took it back. Anyway, this is okay. So I think we're calling this Through the Crate. So this has been Through the Crate. You've been through it. You've been through it. We'll take you through some more next week.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week.
Bye, bitches.
Don't be calling out listeners bitches.
We ain't got no listeners yet, bitches.
We about to have some niggas if you. All right. Anyway, thank you for listening.
Deuces.
Listening.
Deuces.
Listening.